Hello everybody and welcome to Kingsfield 2, or in America, Kingsfield. So the long and short of it is, ASCII Entertainment was very small and the PlayStation didn't release for a year after the original Kingsfield released, so they opted to skip it. It was not skipped in Europe. So there we are.
A mysterious darkness conquered the island of Marinette. There was either a god or a demon who controlled the island, and no one tried to go there. A high elf in the forest told of a blue light that came down
Hey
from
there,
the
Jerk
sky
Tops, how's it going?
and struck the island. The blue light penetrated deep into the island's underworld.
I have to lower this volume even more. It's so loud in my ears. Jerk Chops, what's going on? How's it going?
For hundreds of years, the island had been carved by people who were challenged and destroyed by the island's energy. Legends say, never approach the island, for a sleeping beast in the darkness waits for a great awakening.
Wow, there's a lot of stories in this here manual, so I'm gonna start so it doesn't restart the attention. And then I think we'll go over some story. I'm doing pretty good, Jerk Chops. It's gorgeous out, so I spent most of it outside. Okay, so welcome to Kingsfield 2. I use Japanese numbering. As I mentioned earlier, ASCII was like a group of 10 people, and the PlayStation didn't release in America for a year, and by then Kingsfield 2 was already out, so they skipped Kingsfield 1 and they went to 2. There is, however, a lot of the story that you probably need to know in the manual, so real quick, I am going to go over all of that, and then we'll go over that prologue in the beginning. Ancient writings. Deep within the forests of Verdite lay a hidden cavern. Concealed among the stalactites of this mystical and holy place was a monument erected for the highest elf. The monument was inscribed with ancient writings upon its base, and only the direct descendant of the highest elf was able to decipher the writings, which said, "It is written, a great ship has fallen from the heavens. It struck the island of Melanotte, and was buried deep within the island. Those who came from faraway lands to seek its buried treasures shall never return alive. Never approach the island. The sleeping beast in the darkness awaits the great awakening." The island of Melanotte. There are 3 countries on the northern continent: Granatiki, Ygritte, and Verdite. In the midst of these countries lies the mystical island of Melanotte, controlled by forces of good and evil. In ancient times, the High Elves discovered the island and built a holy shrine. After the shrine was erected, monsters hidden in the island's underground arose and killed most of the High Elves. Those who survived later died from the mysterious poison. Thousands of years later, the three northern countries were unified under the control of the powerful King Harvine. Harvine attempted to build his castle on the island of Melanat, but the monsters again arose and attacked the king's men. Harvine was forced to retreat to save the few men that he had left. Because of his retreat, he lost power on the northern continent, and he could not overcome the Great War on the continent. The land was then divided into three countries: Granatiki, Egret, and Verdite. Legions of monsters then emerged from within the island and crossed the rough channels to the northern continent. Egret and Granatiki were completely destroyed and lay in ruin. The people of Verdite now fear for their lives and their country, knowing that soon the kingdom of Verdite would be invaded. Many villages believe that there is either good god named Seath, which by the way is misspelled in this one place, the white dragon, or an evil demon known as Gyra, the black dragon, living on the island of Melanat. There is a legend that has been passed down for centuries telling of valuable crystals that can be found on the island. Because of this legend, many poor people have crossed the channels to the island in search of its hidden treasures. Those who survive the crossings are subjugated to the evil poison that is on the island, and they become the slaves of this mysterious poison. It is said that once a person has been infected by the poison, they cannot leave the island. However, the legend who speaks of two kinds of water on the island. One water is purifying and can free those inflicted by poison. No one knows where the purifying water can be found. The powers of the other kind of water is unknown. The history of Verdite. A young warrior named Alfred returned to Verdite from the island of Melanat, where he had been searching for his father, who had left many years ago to slay the evil monsters on Melanat. This is incorrect, BT dubs, and I'm fairly sure that this is ASCII editorializing to fix the fact that they skipped the first game. Although Alfred did not find his father, he did survive the tribulations of the island. The soldiers spied upon the weary Alfred as he approached the castle of Verdite and opened the gates to let him in. The eldest of this kingdom shouted, "It is truly a miracle. Alfred has returned from the mystical island of Melanat alive." Alfred then began to tell villagers the stories of his adventures. The monster that Alfred had gone to slay was actually the former king of Verdite. This, by the way, is Kingsfield I, who had turned evil and was now known as the Black Dragon, which is incorrect. Alfred told the townsfolk about his search for his father and about fighting with the Black Dragon. Alfred then showed the villagers his greatest treasure, the great Moonlight Sword, which he had found on Melanat, which is incorrect. The villagers were captivated by his heroic courage and shouted, "Alfred is to be the new king of Verdite." Alfred was then crowned King John Alfred Forrester. The whole name is not listed here, but we already know what the name is. Over the next few years, there was peace and joy in the kingdom of Verdite. Something very terrible happened. The monsters appeared in the caverns near Verdite. King Alfred went to destroy the monsters, but found that his powerful Moonlight Sword had been stolen. Without his powerful sword, King Alfred was unable to defeat the monsters. King Verdite then dispatched an extensive search party to hunt for his treasured weapon. The soldiers thoroughly searched every villager, but the sword was not to be found. While the soldiers searched for the sword, they found a letter deep within the forests of Verdite. It was written in the ancient writings that could only be deciphered by the descendants of the High Elves, and it read, "Necron seeks the power of the Moonlight Sword. He lives on a mystical island in the midst of the northern continent. Necron controls the island of Melanat." Now you can see why this smooth-over job that ASCII did wasn't actually very good, because that doesn't quite make sense considering what they already wrote about Melanat. King Alfred then immediately sent his soldiers to the island in hopes of discovering the truth about the island and finding his mystical sword, but his soldiers were never heard from again. Which is kind of true, kind of not. Several months later, the king's best friend Alexander arrived in the castle of Verdite to visit King Alfred. Alfred told Alexander of the missing sword and about the monsters near Verdite. Alexander proclaimed that the With the king's permission, he would go to the island of Melanat and destroy the monsters and bring back the sword. The king granted his permission, and Alexander began his journey. While crossing the channels to the island, Alexander's ship was attacked by the creatures of the sea and was completely destroyed. All the king's men were lost at sea, except for Alexander, who became entangled in seaweed and drifted in a small reef. When Alexander regained consciousness, he lifted his eyes and he observed an island in the distance. He slowly swam to the shoreline, losing his weapon and armor in the murky waters. Alexander crawled out of the sea and stumbled courageously towards the caverns within the island. So, that's the prologue for this game as per ASCII Entertainment. It's incorrect in a lot of places, and it is correct in some places. The actual thing here is Melanat is actually an island that is important. Okay. No, we're not doing that. Okay, so Alexander is the Prince of Granatiki. Granatiki is not destroyed, for real. In the first game, the John Alfred Forrester goes into the catacombs, which is part of Verdite. It is a cemetery for Verdite, actually. It's not on Melanat. We actually see it again in Kingsfield 3, and we will see it after we finish this game. So, the events of Kingsfield 1 is he goes into the cemetery because Randolph III sent his entire army to go find the Moonlight Sword, although he just called it a magical artifact. He didn't know it was the Moonlight Sword. The Black Dragon is the Dragon of the Forest, which is Gyra, and Seath is another dragon we don't meet in Kingsfield 1. We will meet him here in Kingsfield. Actually, no, Kingsfield 3 will meet Seath. He does go in there looking for his father, because his father went in there with the rest of the army because of Randolph III's, like, craziness. And he defeats Randolph III, who had taken the form of Tree. And then he came back and was crowned the king of Verdite. And then the sword was stolen, and Prince Alexander of Granatiki, who he was warded with and trained with, went to go find it for him, which is actually not part of the plan as far as things are considered. So, like, H-Tech really tried their best with this game series, but I think it's kind of high time that it gets retranslated, like, from top to bottom. So I last played this game maybe 2 years ago on my PS3. So this is actually the first time I'm playing it via emulation. First things first, though. Let's either die or get something really cool. Ah, man. I forget how do you run in this game? I forget. Alright. You're supposed to run over it, and I thought that was automatic, but it's not. I had to remember what the button was. So I didn't play it all the way through on my PS3 because I got distracted by my PS4. I did get fairly far. So I'm not blind, but there will be a time when I am mostly blind. Interact, dang it. Now use the item. Alright. I played entirely too much Kingsfield 1, and that has screwed up my Circle X stuff. Alright, so we learned Fireball. The biggest thing about the royal families of the northern continent, and we never meet anybody from the one that starts with an E. Is that only royalty is allowed to, well, not allowed to, they're the only ones who can use magic because they are descendant from High Elves. They are humans, but they're descended from High Elves. Oh no! The fish are out to get me. So are the flying enemies. Who will kill me now, I guess. Ah! Jeez! You get used to one way, and then it's not another way. You look like the person that was on the ship that wrecked a few days ago, but it's hard to believe that you were able to make it to shore. Usually when a ship wrecks out there, no one makes it here alive, except for those who are tradesmen. I came here to look for the Vikings' treasures, but this island is filled with poison, and now I can't live without the water on this island. I cannot leave. See that lighthouse over there? It was made by King Harvine a long time ago. It still works though, as it is lit by the magic powers of the mage Sidek, who will be referenced again in Kingsfield 3, I think. You can easily go over there if you go through the shallow waters, but be careful and watch out for sigils, the dangerous sea monsters. It's pretty dangerous around here. When you go inside this island, you will see so many monsters. The Kraken's nest is especially dangerous. Don't go near it. There are some people living on this island, as well as a sea merchant. You'd better go explore this place. The village is behind the wooden door. I think you need special equipment to survive. You have to hurry. You'd better hurry. Oh boy, this is not a place I need to be at. That is death. So we're only equipped with a dagger. And a fireball. So, this game is actually hardest at the beginning. Once you start getting XP in you, it's a lot easier. Especially if you don't decide to, like, miss every fireball shot you throw at this guy. I don't know if I have any more MP. Yep, that's it. Oh, look at that! Some of the dismemberment systems from Shadow Tower. Let's explore this way. Aha, this is where we need to be. Oh my gosh, me hitting circle button is just gonna, it's gonna be a thing now. Excellent. I'm just gonna keep hitting the circle button as confirm. That's just gonna be a thing. So the water, this game has a lot to do with Avalon, that place of legend that where the mostly dead go. And it's very apropos for Alexander's current predicament. Very River Styxy. Oh crap. Very, very River Styx. Souls at 0. How's it going? Level up. Now I believe that the little slime there actually heals you of poison, so I'm just gonna leave him be. There is a hidden door here, and it's like a skeleton that will wreck my butt. So I'm gonna go kill, like, easier things. Probably hit up the save point before I go attack it. Nice, Final Fantasy V. Honestly, if the full heal is like right there, then I'm gonna use it. Seriously, it's just gonna be a thing of me hitting the circle button instead of the X button. Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh boy. I have made the Kraken mad. It's too bad they can't fit. Yo, one at a time, my dudes. If I remember right, the first save point should be around this corner. Wow, that was a crit. I'm gonna go hit up the fountain. So yes, there are two different types of water in this island, and one's a heal water, and the other one is a heal and MP water, and a status clearing water. But I never found anything about the poisons. I always kind of figured that it is the fact that the waters themselves are addictive. That it keeps people here. It's like its own little jail. And you know that there are people who have been around because there's a bunch of empty treasure boxes. And we have come to our first save point. The newest thing here that people who have followed my Kingsfield 1 struggle will note is that these are different. These were not in Kingsfield 1. Kingsfield 1 had a lot of teleport seals, so you don't find that so much in Kingsfield 2 so much as you find these. These we'll find out a bit more later, but they're essentially just teleport fast travel points. The other thing is that the save point itself is a crystal, and we'll find out why that's actually bad for certain white dragons. Kind of in the future. It's kind of one of those things that isn't really talked about that much. So, I think it's the actual term that FromSoft put in there. Like, this came out during the second year of the PlayStation's life. I don't think, like, the term, quote, memory card caught on for, like, a while. Like, this came out during the time when, like, DualShocks weren't even around. Oh my gosh! X is confirmed! Alright. Too many Japanese games. So now that you found the first save point, I breathe a little bit of a sigh of relief once I have a save point. Because when you die, you just respawn back where you started. It's kind of annoying. Yeah, DualShocks wouldn't come out for a little while. And this is a soldier of Verdite. He drops the following. It's a Stargate. Now, the lore doesn't show up yet. The lore is tied to an NPC. The NPC will tell you the lore of each item. But this is essential for use in fast travel. No. Always face the wall. Look for them hidden walls. I want to get my sword. Alright, so let's go back up because there was a thing we didn't check. There's a broken sword. And there's your vision of what's coming up next. Level design of FromSoft has always been really good at doing such things like that. So we didn't go this way last time. And then I think we'll hit up the hedge maze. I was stuck against the wall. Level up! So as we'll find out, where did you come from? Mr. Prince of Granatiki. Armed nothing with nothing but a dagger. Medical herbs for sale. I'll hunt. You have more range of movement with your face than in Kingsfield 1. Though I don't know if I have reach. I'm not hitting them at all. I'm only knocking that one out because it's in the way. Thank you, ASCII, for putting that as a tree and not a reaper. So that's basically a flask shard. Flying enemies are absolutely the worst. I'm gonna ignore them for now. Or maybe I shouldn't. I'm gonna peace out. Bad idea. Also, a bad idea at this point. I did most of this on the PS3, like, forever ago. I didn't finish it though, because I got distracted. I did a lot of it though. I don't exactly remember where I left off. I just had an issue with flying enemies. I did get Kingsfield 3 today in the mail. I was expecting that a little bit later. This is like the worst idea. I need to go back to the save point. Alright, I'll go back to the save point. And then I'll come back here and shenanigan up. Basically, I had left off. I know I had beaten the Termite Queen. And I had gotten the stuff behind the waterfall. But I didn't get... I was looking at Harvine's castle and I didn't go in it, really. That's about as far as I went the first time. That's where my PS3 is at, anyway. Basically, the story of my life today is using the wrong buttons. I've been using circle and X in the completely inversed way, and I blame Kingsfield 1. We did already get the fire crystal. I was just, you know, I used it all on flying enemies. Since we had just saved, let's go YOLO and, like, attack that skeleton. We're gonna play door strats. Actually, no. He took off 20 HP. I'm gonna do that first. I'm actually on RetroArch on this game. I feel like I'm going way faster than my PS3 is. Let me out, let me out, let me out. Hey, Stone! What's going on? But that's actually really good, because I still use EPSXE for Japanese PlayStation games. So that might come in handy when I play pilot style. Yes, I have pilot style. Yeah, it does, because I've got a lot of, like, filters on RetroArch. RetroArch is a lot more forgiving with certain things. Although it does actually look smoother. This was a gimmick in the first game too. If you were able to beat the first skeleton you saw, you got a shield. Very useful if you are. you feel like YOLOing. Ah! Stop it. X is to confirm. Alright. What we are still missing is a sword, and I'm pretty sure I missed it. Pretty sure there was supposed to be one out in the outside. So I'm gonna save, and I'm gonna go back out there and see if I can't find stuff. Yeah. Yeah, RAM cards. 1996, y'all. 1995, I think. You do not want to fight that right now. You do not want to fight that. There is a run button now, which is nice. Level up! Yes, an actual sword. Short sword, we'll take it. Oh, I had a clear memory card and a blue one, I think, and like the standard gray. I think we have a good foothold for the beginning now. Yeah, again, some of it is actually just retro arc and how to make this a smoother looking experience, and some of it is actually just the leaps and bounds that FromSoft were actually able to achieve in like a year, because this came out literally a year after Kingsfield 1. Yeah, a single year. I think we have a good foothold. So, let's get ourselves into trouble. I think the biggest mechanical thing here is that there's a run button. It eats your stamina, though. It's not as big as an issue as it will be in Kingsfield 3, but it's a little bit. Alright, so let's go through this, like, moss-covered area. Oh man, them walking plants will be in every Kingsfield game. Alright, you guys in the way. Crystals. Important motif for that might actually echo and offer some reason why crystals and Seath are a thing. Yeah, the depth, the atmosphere, the lore is actually really good in this game, and it's a bigger game, just in general. For those on YouTube, Betsugen says that they think that this is a good example of a really great sequel. And it's just bigger and better in a lot of aspects. And Bloodstones aren't just vendor trash. Who would have thought it? Let's look for some hidden walls. I don't remember where any of them are, so I'm just gonna look everywhere. Not so much. It's more its own thing. More about the high elves, the fairies a little bit, and the dragons, which we learned a little bit about in Kingsfield 1. This is definitely more about that civil war between Gyra and Seath. And with humans being caught in the middle. So the snail guys are really difficult, and I think at this point it's not a good idea for me to try. You can already see that, like, friendly fire is still a thing in this game because they've already killed a couple of things. I don't think I have the key for this door yet. Yes, Kingsfield 1, 2, and 3 are like the same story, and they take place about. So Kingsfield 2 to 3 is 5 years. Kingsfield 1 to this one is 5 years, and then Kingsfield 3 takes place like 15 years after So like 25 years is like the time span. But there's like 1,000 years of prehistory. Yeah, strength. Oh boy, I'm poisoned. And I need to use the right buttons. However, and I went over this when I went through like the 5 pages ASCII put together for the prehistory lore. Because they skipped the first game, they had to try to rewrite some of the lore to try to skip over the fact they skipped the first game. And so I'm like stopping and I'm like, this is incorrect. This is incorrect. And they kind of wrote themselves into a corner because of what happens in Kingsfield 3. So if you like really trying to go through the lore in this game, you really want to prioritize Japanese retranslations. Like I super wouldn't mind if there was a new translation of like the Kingsfield manuals at least. What's this say? Danger ahead. Yeah, I guess. Yes, orange bar is stamina. Green bar is your focus, essentially. And circle is the menu button, not the confirm button. And you can attack, but attacking with a full bar will give you your full strength on that attack. It's a percentage if you attack with like half a bar. It takes a percentage of your possible attack power. Yeah, you guys missed it, but I got the fire crystal, and then I immediately went, like, fireballing things. Ran out of MP. Alright, we need to go the other way now. I think we've exhausted this area because we don't have the key quite yet. So we need to go to the other corridor. I guess first I'm gonna see if I need a drink of water. That, by the way, is why I kept thinking that the well in Kingsfield 1 was gonna have water in it. Because I'm so used to hitting that well. if you're playing this game for the first time, think of your strafing as your dodge roll. Okay, so we peeked through there, but it wasn't the cool area. Grab that. It wasn't the cool area of the village, so let's try this way. Alright, this is the shenanigan area. Yeah, that music in Kingsfield 1 was pretty nuts. It was intense. Ah, dang it. I thought I could get by him. The snails. But the snails are actually really, really difficult enemies at the beginning. The real strat is to try to, like, have them kill each other, but I couldn't see the other one. No, I want it. I actually really am curious as the how the speedrunners get by them. Actually, Stone Ager asked if there's a modding commentary to upgrade the games. I assume that's community. Yeah. Yes and no. So FromSoft, so the engine that runs these games is literally actually called the Sword of Moonlight engine, and they released it to the general public because FromSoft is ahead of their time, and they basically had dreams, and they released their engine to the public. It's called the Sword of Moonlight, and I don't know if you can get them these days, but there are fan games, much like Daughters of Ash is these days. And Nightfall, they took the Sword of Moonlight engine and they made fan games out of them using Kingsfield assets. Now, it's not like a mod per se, but it is a game created out of the same engine that FromSoft uses. So we're gonna go this way now, I guess. So there's fan games, yeah. There's a bunch of fan games. I don't know where you can get them nowadays, but they're around. And there's another Kingsfield Light game coming out on Steam called Monomyth. level up. Nice. You could actually turn the bridge off if you didn't want to fight him. But at this stage, everything is a valuable XP. Alright, the entrance to North Village. Sweet. That's a cemetery. We know all about cemeteries from Kingsfield 1. Al Hunt, which we know from a sign downstairs, sells herbs. I wonder if he's got anything on his bed. Hello, newcomer. You can go to the underworld if you want to find some crystals. I cannot go down below because I am too fat. Anyway, I have some herbs to sell. He's also got a number of other things to buy. Moonguard, which is a shield, I want to say. The Amulet of Mist. Let that spin. The Miner's Map. And his herbs. And antidote herbs. He's also got Seath Plume, because Seath is more a angel type. Basically, Seath in Kingsfield looks like Dark Lurker in Dark Souls 2. More like Dark Lurker than he does the dragon in Dark Souls 1. His dragon form in Dark Souls 1 looks a bit more like the water dragon out of Eternal Ring. But Seath has wings. Now, while the Miner's Map is very useful, I think you can find it elsewhere. So, we can buy a couple of these. I think I'll try and buy 15. I'll tell you a secret. The green slime can resolve poison. So try to touch its body whenever you are poisoned. That's why I don't kill them as much. Run away if you see the monsters. Don't even think about fighting them, even though you are a skillful swordsman. I wonder why I'm always so hungry. There's actually a reason for it. I'm actually kind of amused at how RetroArch, like, takes off the filters when you're in menus. That's not something it does on the PS3. Alright, take a look. There is a reason for this. It's a bright, sunny day. It's nighttime. This isn't FromSoft being weird. Well, it is, but it's not FromSoft being not full of the whole, like, detail thing. I'm pretty sure that's a JPEG. That, like, looks a little bit like a mirrored version of the Sierra Nevadas. Anyway, it's a sunny day here. Well, it's a dark as night at Al Hunt's house. And there is a very specific reason for it. But I guess we'll get to that later. That, by the way, is also heal water. Yay, heal water. Yeah, it's definitely not an accident. This is Nola Bagel. My name is Nola. My brother Diaz came to this island 2 years ago. We haven't seen each other. If you see my brother, would you tell him that I'm here? Diaz came to this island to meet a powerful warrior. I don't know if he wanted to learn something from him, or if he wanted to fight him. I wonder why there's sunlight here, while all the other parts of the island are always in the dark. I wish the whole island were like this. Phi, the man who came here with my brother, has also disappeared. He was a very kind person, and our good friend. How come Phi and my brother don't contact me? Do you know where my brother is? Ma'am, I just got here. That's above my pay grade. That is a termite. A giant termite. Oh boy, that's a trap. So yeah, there's no mimics in this game, but there are traps. You know, I don't think so. Ghosts. I don't know if I'm ready for ghosts yet. But somehow, they're real. Everything's real aggressive. Real aggressive. Things are like actually way more aggressive here than on when I played this on PS3. Yeah, and definitely no mimics in Demon Souls. Alright, we'll be going down that hole later. We gotta keep, like, exploring the obvious path. Oh! I almost did not see that. They like dropping crystal shards. Hey, Tomato! We have started Kingsfield 2. Got a whole ball compass now. Actually, I think I like the old compass the most. And here's our first dragon door. Do you remember from the end of Kingsfield 1, we had a couple of dragon doors we were able to open? And this is our first one. And here's our next save point. Oh, there's definitely a janky map. There's always a janky map. Maps are definitely not From Software's forte. And, by the way, the thing that I just picked up is important. It is a moon key. In fact, I'm just going to put that right back. And then I'm going to see if I can't use this. So having both items allows for fast travel. But I forget what they're all for. Where you get the other item. Guess we'll have to just explore to find out. Is this still L? It's still L. And this is Nola's house over here. Okay. And he didn't have an extra door out, did he? Ghosts move a bit like jellyfish. Hey, Barrow. They also give dark. It's a good grinding spot. Because you've got heal water nearby, and you've got a save nearby. A grave. Oh, Ghost put slow on me. Yeah. Condition slow. Really? Again? Oh, you're leashed there, aren't you? Oh yeah, the Weeping Ghost of Canehurst. I think we found the Fool's Idol's Laugh in Kingsfield 1. With the dark ghosts there. Oh, excellent. One of these ghosts is gonna kill me trying to do that. I'm looking for hidden doors. Guess the iron boots are the only thing of note. Oops. We're at 490. Where's my... Okay, so 44 slash 9 chop, 12 stab, which makes sense. Hey Tori, how's it going? So we dealt with the grave site. Now let's see where everything else leads. Well, no, we came up through there, so we should go this way. Suspicious flat surface. Yeah, strength gain. hate flying enemies. Should probably let them just come to me. Okay, I think we got the stone in here. So we're gonna keep moving. Yeah, level up. Grab this crystal. Haha, there it is. Lots of people have caught a terminal case of dead. Alright. Okay. So we went across there to get to the other save point. Okay. Hey, we're almost at triple digits now. Dang it, I missed it. Aw, man, I missed it. They give a lot of money, though. What's through here? Aha. So the first real big puzzle in this game is right here. Yeah, they do. And, like, if I had my magic with me, then I'd, like, fireball and hit them. But I don't have any MP regains yet. No mushrooms here. One of the reasons I had to move back was that my frame rate was dying. Ow. Alright, well. I never found any? There might not be. So this is the South Village. I'm not the de-aggro. And let's go meet some other people. He's looking for his nameplate. Can I help you? I don't have much stuff, but you will need items to be able to walk around this island. Let's see what he's got. He's got a short sword. We have one. He's got a knight sword, but I don't have the gold for it. Crescent Axe Mark II, which is what the guys downstairs are using. I own an iron mask. There's a knight helm. Breastplate. Breastplate! I did miss that. It's like all the way out in the beginning or something. Pretty sure I didn't go far enough for it. Knight plate. Leather shield, which we already got. Large shield. Iron gloves. Silver arms. Iron boots, which we found already. Leg garters. More silver boots. Moonstones. Moonstones recover your MP. I don't have the gold for it though. Verdite is... He sells earth herbs for more money than the other guy. And antidotes. You can also sell. Bloodstones are still 250, which is what they are in Kingsfield 1. But they actually do something here, I believe. I have to check. I know in Kingsfield 3 they do something. Crystals, which you don't want to sell. I never sell anything. It's kind of my version of Elixir Syndrome. It might come in handy. I don't think it's Japanese in the signs. Doesn't look Japanese to me. South Graveyard to the small mine. Unlike the green slimes, there are no redeeming qualities for the red ones. Yeah, it's probably just gibberish. So this should be the small mine. Let's check this side first before we go. Rand Farrier. Hello. Did Rand get turned into a Tormite? You know, this island should, like, Holly Orkin Man. Termites are serious business. Oh, I want it. Gimme. Aw, man. It's pretty spoopy. The miner's grave. Small at the entrance to the small mine. Who are you? I've never seen you around here. You must be one of the soldiers looking for Necron. He's terribly strong. I was with him for a long time, but now I'm hiding from him. Really? Necron soldiers don't stop fighting until they die. They have lost their souls and their minds. I'm very afraid of them. I can't stay on this island anymore. It's so dangerous. I really need the item which would help me to get off this island. If you bring it to me, I'll give you something special. I need the figure of Seath, known amongst the elves. If you bring it to me, I will give you the Moon Gate. Well? Shoot. With a short sword. Broken shovel. That looks like a trap room. Oh, I hate sea creatures. My dog is suddenly restless. Everybody say hello to Loki. Oh, damn it. They do look like Pokemon. But I think it's time for me to get out of here and give a save. It's about that time. In, like my mental... Like my mental counter for like stuff like that. Nice. I totally forgot the save point existed. When we picked this up, it was invisible on the ground. That's probably my one downside. There's invisible stuff on the ground. Okay, now we can go find where those Pokemon were hiding. Oh, we hit triple digits. Sweet. We have grown in dark magic. We've grown in fire magic. We have a point of earth magic now. We are level 8. Alright, where are these Pokemon hiding? There's gotta be a hidden door somewhere. just gonna hug this wall. Oh, there's a guy. Another grave robber, I see. Look at those plaid pants. In wonderful, glorious HD. This is an old tunnel, so no more crystals can be found here. The crystal miners in the central island have gone down to the underworld to a place called the Big Mine. They went there to find crystals, but they looked like they were about to die. I don't know what you're looking for, but you should talk to Harris before going to the Big Mine. He lives at his friend's graveyard on the eastern part of the island. There are soldiers' bases on the passage. I don't know how many bases there are. Maybe 6. I know about base number 5. It's near the Big Mine. You saw plenty of slime around here, didn't you? You can't slash them with a sword. You have to have something to stick them with, or use fire against them. It'd be great if I had MP. There's a cave made by elves somewhere down in the underworld. The elves had hidden there just before they died. Necron's looking for something down there, so the crystal miners who received the daylight are down there digging for it. The monsters around here are called termites. Their nest is near the central village. I know there's some crystals in that nest, but I don't want to go there. No way. I don't want those pants either. You can attack the termites with a bow. If you have the bow, try to use it against them. Do you have a bow? I hate those termites. Thanks. Real useful. Do you have anything in your... I'll just take your bounty, I guess. Crystals are for closers. Termite! Oh, another star key. Yay, an earth crystal. Is this earth heal? Yeah, nice. Earth heal. Will be great when I have MP to use it. Still looking for that hidden door. But first, since we got that earth heal, guess we'll save it again. Wow, we've gone way up in XP. We're still looking for that figure of Seath, so... maybe it's in here, in the little mine? Maybe it's not. I think the Morning Star is in that room. Alright, back to left wall strats. I think there's a couple of traps, which is why I'm being fairly ubiquitous with the saves. Like if you come into one of these, like... Alright, cool. Four hits still. Oh, I thought it was the Morning Star. I think we might have gotten everything in here. Yep, trap. I knew there was one of those places that had it. The problem with the termites are they're pretty easy to kill, but they apply paralyze, which is essentially death. Though I wonder... That's just a crystal, who cares? I do wonder, though. If I can get through it. Yeah, I got paralyzed. Alright. So I do think I've gotten everything, though I thought the figure of Seath was in there. Let me make one more sweep around. Maybe there's a way downstairs that isn't like a drop down to death. So we got that. Okay, so that's a whole lot of nothing. It's also nada. That's this guy. Ah, here's the downstairs. Hey, Mystic! Level up. Yeah, I really dig the Kingsfield 2 music. Guess there's really nothing down there. Except the termite trap. Yeah, it seemed like. And that's the beginning, so yeah, there's definitely... I definitely feel like we've exhausted this area. Well, we just started Kingsfield 2 today. We finished Kingsfield 1 last week. Oh, nice. And I just got Kingsfield 3 in the mail today. So I'm excited to get to that. But this is a much longer game than Kingsfield 1. And then maybe we'll finish or restart Kingsfield 4. Alright, I guess we finished the little mine. Yeah, I've been using Japanese numbering. It's just easier than to, like, have to explain it every time you use it. Okay, so this is where that guy is. Yeah. But I'll have to figure out where that figure of Seath is, because I thought it might have been in the little mine, but maybe not. We'll have to go up that way, but first, let's hit up the save point. That chest is locked. Rand Farrier. We've been through here. Okay. And that's a shop. Already been through there. Did the small mine. Sale. Duplicate keys. Mark Was. So here's a major mechanic that is different from Kingsfield 1 in that you have to, like, make keys. Treasure hunting? There are many treasures that were hidden by kings and mages on this island. The treasure boxes and the doors are all locked, but I can make you any kind of key. You know, if you have the money for it. So he can make you the silver key, the magician's key, and the gold key. 1530, which means, yeah, you need about $1,000, about 900. You can also copy your keys if you want. but he's a mechanic to keep in mind. The Magician's Key is like basically the Master Key in King's Field 1. I'm pretty sure it serves the same purpose in King's Field 2. They really want you to make the key though, because there's a locked chest nearby. Oh boy, he double hit. I'm really excited. That fire is an entire mood for me. Yeah, they're real fast. Everything feels a bit faster. I played this on PS3, and it felt a lot slower. So I think it might just be the emulator. I'm using RetroArch, by the way. It's funny though, because I still prefer using PCSX2 for PS2, and I need to use EPSXE for my Japanese games. There's definitely some unhappiness going on around here. But I really like RetroArch for its shaders built in. No boy, you've already respawned. Oh shoot! Let me just retreat down here. So, looks like you have to bait their attack. It's actually really generous with the save points. For some reason, I thought it wasn't when I was thinking about coming back to this game. But it's actually been more generous than I remembered it being. Well, I did play a lot of this game on the PS3. Not the whole game, but a lot of it. Because I wanted to experience it first on my big screen television, so... instead of my 22-inch monitor, but... Fellas? Please leave me alone. It's very rude of you guys. See if I can't get one of these guys to come back. So rude. Oh boy. I'm gonna run up here and heal up a little bit. Just chewing on a salad. The real King's Field is the field we ate along the way. Yeah, and I think the emulator is making them a bit more aggressive, which is a bit weird because that shouldn't be like a thing. Jeez, Necron, chill out. Kind of a boss. You had to kill them for one of the keys you need. Oh, crap. Wrong way. See, snails are not to be messed with. Now we can mess with the snail. Maybe. Oh, poison. Yeah, the snail just killed it. Thank you, snail. And that's how you kill a snail. Escargot, anyone? Protecting another one of the keys. See you later, Stone. Great to have you here. I'm probably gonna call it a stream here because it's been 2.5 hours. So, next time on Kingsfield 2, we'll be restocking our herbs. And then I think we'll be messing with the keys that we have just gathered. I think that's all of them. I'll probably look up to see if the Seath's figure is in the small mine and I just missed it. And yeah, and we'll just continue on from there. Anyone have any comments, thoughts? Is this your first time seeing Kingsfield 2? What do you think so far? My dog is hungry and wants some food, which is probably it. See you later, Tomato. Thank you for stopping by. Well, thank you very much for joining me. I know there's so many other things that are demanding of your time, but you chose to spend it here, so thank you so much. And I'll see you next time on Theo doesn't know the difference between circle and X anymore. Good night, everybody.